everyone, and welcome to League Review. I'm your host, William, and today, and we're not League Review, we're Support Esports. No, we are League Review. We're not Support Esports. Well, that was a bad start, but anyway, we're talking the group stage for Worlds, and we had a very, very solid. Oops, why is this? Okay, so we have Hong Kong Attitude versus Isurus coming up today, and Splice versus Unicorns. But before we get into that, let's talk about what happened today. Coming up later, as in tomorrow. Rough start already. I'm sorry. Oh well. But here we go. I did not put my picks in here. However, I will tell you that you can count Idol and Ryan for this one to hold me responsible. I picked Damwon. Oops, capitals. I picked Damwon to 3-0 Loki, no problem. And I picked Royal Youth to win 3-2 against Clutch. Unfortunately for me, did not happen. Yeah, we had what Ryan sent me stuff. I actually did not get a chance to read it all because I didn't watch these games live. Okay, yeah. Ryan called this one perfectly, by the way, and they didn't, unfortunately. But I have problems with Royal Youth, and we're gonna actually do a grade on this. We originally gave Mammoth and DFM passes for their performance. I believe they were fair enough to, even though I put them in D tier, which was to make the playoffs. I believe they played well enough, especially Mammoth. Mammoth was really close to the play-ins. Playoff, by the way, obviously, but that was the D tier. So they played close enough to give them a pass. DFM as well, that taking the game off Splice I thought was good enough, and they were very competitive with Isurus. However, Flamingo, I'm giving them. Flamingo also will get a pass because they were in a hell of a group and they took one game off of it. Mega will also get a pass because I didn't think they were going to get anything. So I'm very easy grader, you would think. However, I'm giving Loki a fail, and Royal Youth a fail so far on their Worlds 2019. I believe all four of the 3 seeds performed admirably, even though they all got last place. I thought they were they played strong, and they showed that they should not be messed around with. Loki and Royal Youth both made it, and even Royal Youth Loki even stole a game off of Damwon. It's not enough for me because I personally believe that Royal Youth, Loki. This has been a terrible podcast. The first 5 minutes, I've been so bad. But I believe that Loki should have never been in the situation to be facing Damwon in the first place. I feel like they really, really dropped the ball on their in their group, and they absolutely should have gotten first place against HKA and Mega. They did not. Hey man, what if Korea and North America are just good? That is true. But guess what? Low-key didn't have North America or Korea in their group. They absolutely should have won that. And because I'm not going to judge them lightly on them getting Damwon, that was the consequences that they deserved for not taking first place in their group. What if the LMS is just good? Unfortunately, they are not. I will still stick to that until I don't even know. Even against Isurus, it's like HKA hit the gold mine for playing like groups. They had the weakest group of the 3, and then they had the weakest second seed coming into this, I thought. And man, that is like, oh, it makes me upset because I have HKA as the 22nd ranked team coming into Worlds. And I still, to this day, will hold them down there. I think they're below Isurus. I think they're below DFM. I think they're below Man. I think they're below all these teams. Fortunately, they were able to take down Loki, so Loki kind of screwed me up here. But yeah. So I think that was very frustrating for me to see Loki drop, and then of course they get Damwon. They had such an easy way to avoid Damwon by getting first place, and they did not. And then they went and they faced Damwon, and they got 3-1. First game was pretty amazing. I was very impressed. After that, You could tell they were just outclassed completely. I mean, they barely won the first game. That needed like 7 miracles to win the first game. That's how highly outclassed they were by Damwon. And Damwon still scares the shit out of me as a Team Liquid fan because all of a sudden I think Team Liquid becomes the 3rd best team in their group if Damwon gets there. If HKA beats Isher, then their draw luck runs out. They can only get Group A or C. Yep, that's about it. That would be, well, can they get B if Splyce loses to Unicorns of Love? I don't want him in B. I want Damwon in B. But if Clutch has to get to C, I guess if Splyce loses to Unicorns of Love, it's possible. But yeah, they would have to get A. No, because no, at that team, J team, they can't get B. You're right. You're right, Ryan. They, I totally. That's how low I think of HKA. Is I complete and the LMS right now is that I completely forgot that HKA has to deal with the same thing as Damwon, Splyce, and Clutch Gaming. Or they can go only into 2 groups. Oh man, I love J Team though. I think that J Team is about equal to Cloud9 in skill level, and I can't wait to see them. Fortunately, they get Fun Plus Phoenix. That sucks, but if they can get Gam, I think Gam is also equal around that level. So those games I'm really looking forward to. Fun Plus Phoenix is gonna just stomp both of them to the ground. I think I've said this on a podcast before, but I don't know if it held up all the way through playoffs, but at least through the end of the regular season for summer, Fun Plus Phoenix had not secured a single Elder Drake this game, or this season. And then you're like, oh wow, that means they're not very good. No, they won almost every single one of their games. They only lost like 3 games or something absurd this entire split. So like, they hit you so hard, and that is one of the reasons why I think that Splyce would much rather go to Group D than Group B. They were winning early versus Damwon, which is crazy a bit. Damwon always kind of throws early a little bit, it feels like, and then they ramp up in scale. As you can see, as those games are like picture perfect Damwon, you ramp up in scale, and Nogri after his O2 power spike and Showmaker are just insane in team fights. Those two, they are literally not even that much. At the beginning of the split, I think I called them knockoff brand the Shy and Rookie. But honestly, with the way IG has played and what Damwon plays, they might be better versions of the Shy and Rookie for their team. And that is terrifying knowing both of them are going to be in I know 100% chance are going to be in the same group as Team Liquid. I don't like that feeling at all. At all. Oh, it sucks. It sucks. But yeah, after the Damwon game, Clutch came in and what Ryan called. Ryan, I believe he said 3-0 or 3-1, depending if the Clutch lost the first game or not. And yeah, you said 3-0 Clutch, and I'm upset with Royal Youth, and the main reason Royal Youth is getting a fail at Worlds. Not only did they only win 1 game, and I thought this was the best wildcard team we've ever had, and they completely flopped. I don't even think it's much of the players flopping too much. While they did have issues, I think the coaching staff completely flopped all of Worlds. Going back to play-ins, like the group stage, they let BRTT get Draven and gave Flamingo a free win off of a terrible, terrible draft. And it's like they were not prepared for Flamingo. What do in the first 2 games? They give Huni Rumble. Like, that's like giving Saros his Heimerdinger. Like, you just ban it. You just ban it. And it's so annoying. Like, yeah, Royal as a whole is super fucking cocky. Yeah, they were very cocky for, which I got. I understood because I had them just under Clutch and Splyce's level. I think on a day-to-day basis, watching them throughout the year, they were just as good as Clutch and Splyce. They come into Worlds and they didn't care about people's specialty picks, which in my opinion is always much more of a threat than super meta picks. I've always thought that. I've always thought that if you're a one trick or like you are a god at one type of champion, you're always gonna make that work better than something that's just super meta. Depending on the champion. If you're a god at Ivern, it might be a little hard to make it work consistently. But if you're a god on one champion, like Huni is on Rumble, And like in BRTT is on Draven, you take that away from them because not only are they super comfortable on them, they know pretty much every single matchup in that thing. Their team knows how to play around it because they're very comfortable with it, and you're not as comfortable against it because you don't play against it too much. My only explanation for this could have been that maybe they played scrims against teams that like they specifically asked them to play the Rumble to like see the top lane. They're like, oh, we can beat it with the Renekton. It's different when it's a specialty pick. If it was like someone's Pantheon, everyone's Pantheon is going to be about the same because it's just high tier level. Where if you have a certain thing that's like very obscure, like Rumble, no one else is playing Rumble right now except for Huni, and you have that. If you pick, say, your scrim partner, say it was, say it was J Team for the scrim partner, and they had their top laner go and play Rumble, it's not going to be the same as Huni's Rumble. You're going to beat that Rumble because he's not as comfortable with it. It made me upset. Talk shit about Flamingo being free and easy and talking about how Clutch has super exploded flaws. Apparently not as big as theirs. Huni did say they practiced against Royal and lost some games. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder if that is... So Royal equals Turkish TSM. No, this is... This is the biggest. If I have to, let me see if I can give. This is an A. I'm gonna give pass and fails and grades as well. A, DFM gets a B, Flamingo gets a C. They barely passed. Mega gets a B because I'm upset with them still. Loki gets an F and Royal Youth gets an F. They both Loki gets a D. They took a game off Damwon. That game off Damwon put them from an F to a D. Some schools a D passes. Here it fails. Let's see. Grading. I'm gonna put a grading category here. But yeah, I'm absolute failure of Royal Youth, and I am super disappointed. Now my only hope for my wildcard regions, or I feel like my entire Fridays D for Damwon. Yep, all of my Friday podcasts were a complete waste. Is for Unicorns of Love, and I'll be interested to see how they go against Splice. Ryan brought up some good points that make me a little worried as well, but we will find out. We also have. I'm like, who else is down here? Isurus and HKA, one of those two will be kicked out eventually, with the pass or fail. Honestly, depending on the series, if Isurus gets 3-0'd by HKA, it's going to be a fail because you let a massive opportunity drop through your fingers. But if HKA make it through, they get it. Weirdly enough, if the 1 seed HKA make it through, they're getting a pass, which sounds so weird. But I had no expectations for them. And I know, like I said, they've golden luck opportunities so far. But you can't fault them for playing who they have to play. Like, that's just, it upsets me as like a viewer seeing that, especially with my not really that hot of a take, but with my hot take saying HK is really bad. Like, I had them below Mammoth and DFM, some of the 3 seeds, and then they just stumble into the worst 2 seed, the worst 3 seed. All like, there you go, and there you go. Oh, it makes me upset. Actually, to be fair, I had Isurus a little bit lower. I think I failed in my ranking of Isurus. I think they should have probably been around ahead of Mammoth as well. I had a bad read on that, personally. Anyway, but I absolutely do think Isurus is the lowest 2 seed of the 2 seeds when you have Royal Youth, Loki, and Unicorns of Love. But they also got an opportunity. They got the easiest, they're the lowest 2 seed, but they got the easiest 1 seed, so they can pull off a group stage, which would be phenomenal for the LLA. I'd love to see that for Isurus. They played pretty solid at MSI as well, so it'd be really cool for them. So, let's see. Let's talk about the next 2 games. The Unicorns of Love versus Splice. Which one's first? Is the Unicorns of Love first, or no? It's HKA versus Isurus is first. So let's talk about that one. Let's pull up the 2 teams. We got 3Z up top versus Bugax. Bugax, usually known as the lower tier player of the team. Isurus is essentially the Latin America super team minus Bugax, they always say. But Bugax has been playing out of his mind at Worlds. It's kind of like, it almost is like a situation where you have where some people are like, oh, Team Liquid's all good except for Impact, and then Impact really steps up at international tournaments. That's what's happened so far with Bugax here. You have 3Z for HKA. Isris probably lucked out as hard as they could have for knockouts. Oh, yeah. And they did play Splice close, which I value a decent amount. I think Splice's style typically feasts on wildcard teams, that they have typically low fundamentals, talent level, and cohesion. Absolutely. I think you're 100% right with Splice. I made the bold prediction that I thought Isris could take first in this group because Isris does play very fast, and they were very competitive in that second game against Splice, and I was quite upset that they didn't pull that off because I was so hoping that they would be able to take that, and I had that prediction. And even who was it? Spawn also predicted that. Like I was very surprised that another caster had predicted that. I'm like, wow. I don't like the slow style of League anymore. I like to play it. Like, I like to scale. I'm a tank player type situation. I don't like to scale too hard because ADC shred you. But I like the mid to late game where you're pretty invulnerable. You help your ADC shred. Stuff like that. There is no tanks anymore. That's not part of the game anymore. I just have to live with it. That's why I mostly just only watch League now. I don't really play. No, we've been playing a lot of normals. I don't play much ranked anymore, I should say. We're doing really good. Ken and Yuumi bot lane. I just did that. I came off 2 wins off that. That's why we're late because of we played some interesting games of League, and we just had an awesome one. You like Quintop? As a top laner, I despise Quintop. Yeah, look at. I know you don't want to see this, but I'm just played 3 solid games of bot lane. Just Ken and Yuumi has a lot of potential here. I like Garen Yuumi the best so far, but it's Ken and Yumi's about the same as Swain Yuumi, and below that is Dr. Mundo Yuumi. If you have a friend who only can play Yuumi, it's really fun to experiment because I like to experiment and see if I can find anything before Worlds. Like I'm still hoping for a Swain Yuumi bot lane at Worlds because you get so much HP off of your Q for your souls for Swain, and you get like 50 plus souls, and that's like 250. You get almost like a half item worth of souls by laning phase because Yuumi just slows them, and then you just eat them, and you can able to do your W as well on top of that, and you get their soul. Like you get multiple souls. It's so nice. It's so nice. Anyway, let's talk HKA versus Isris. I think 3Z is playing really well. I think Bugax is also playing very well. I think that's a very, very even matchup right now. I think if you give a slight edge to 3Z as he is the better player overall usually, but I think that right now with the way both are playing, 3Z is playing very well with, so Bugax playing out of his mind. I think that is a equal lane. Adi, who I think has been, unfortunately for him, the worst jungler at Worlds so far. Adi has had terrible games. So many. And it's not only Adi, it's also Seiya. Seiya, who's normally the hard carry for Isris, has been kind of a no-show. I would say Adi's been enting. Let's just say that. Adi has been enting pretty hard, and it's kind of worrisome because everything usually runs through your jungle. So hopefully he can adjust to that because he just got simply out-jungled by Xerxes and shoot, who the heck is the... Oh, and, shoot, what's his name? Steel. I'm like, I can't remember Detonation Focus Me. But yeah, Steel was out jungling him, which was a little... You don't want to get out jungled by Steel. He's definitely the weakest part of Detonation Focus Me. Seiya versus Goku. Seiya is worst. You think Seiya's worse than Adi? Idol? I think Adi's been, like, enting, like 1 in 5s out of 20 minutes. But yeah, we did miss the Seiya vs Goku. But we have Seiya has not been enting necessarily, but he hasn't been doing anything, if that makes sense. Like, you can argue, your point, I'm assuming your point is Adi's trying to make plays and failing. Seiya's kind of not doing. He's kind of farming and doing nothing. Like, he's not in the team fights. He's not getting the assists. He's, like, I think he was playing a Syndra game when he was, like, 25 minutes into, like, a 11-kill game or something. He had 0 assists and 0 kills on Syndra. Syndra has all those balls that just instantly stun everyone, and, yeah, he does not show up. Yep, exactly. He's, so, yeah, you can definitely make the argument that Adi is enting because Seiya's not showing up as well. So, in partial, it's Adi. It's not necessarily all Adi's fault. It's Seiya's fault as well for those situations. Um, we also have. So I think the mission has played okay. Mission has played okay for HKA. 3Z and Crash though. That's what I wanted to bring up. Crash has been one of the best junglers in group stage as well. And to be fair, Crash was pretty much the best player on HKA and one of the best players in the LMS. This split. Like he usually was carrying the team through quite a bit. Last year he was one of the best players on the team. Oh yeah, and Idol, it wasn't just last year. It was this year in Summer Split. Seiya was pretty much the carry. Let's see if we can. Let's go to LLA closing. Let's see how many MVPs Seiya won. Yeah, 6. He was the MVP of the Latin America League. like this guy is not like he fell off and he's bad this year. He's just having a god awful Worlds. He is still their best player. Seiya Syndra, I sleep. Tanner times Syndra, real shit. Yeah, I don't know what has happened to him. Like, I mean, you could even see how dominant Isurus was in the LLA. They didn't lose their first game till week 5, and they pretty much finished 17-4. Like, and it was mostly because Seiya. Weirdly enough, like he had so many games where he was pulling a lot of wins. So that scares me because I think Crash can exploit Adi a lot, and if he's invading and exploiting Adi, we need Seiya to step up and actually win. like go do something, please. Like we need that to happen. You have Unified and Eminem and Unified have been split a bit. I believe Unified had most of the starts, but I think Eminem only had 1, if I remember correctly. And we have War Angelus and Slow. War Angelus has had a very, very good. He had a pretty decent summer split. It wasn't Seiya levels, which is weird to say, I know, but Seiya was again a monster all split, but War Angelus was right there behind him, and War Angelus has had a very good Worlds. Slow has been okay. I think, however, that War Angelus and Slow are much better than what Kai Wing, I think, has also had a pretty shaky Worlds, and Unified has been okay. He's been decent, but I'm more impressed with Crash. I feel like on HK, it's mostly been Crash 1v9ing most of the games, and 3Z has been there every now and then. You're correct on the starts. Yo, nice. Look at that. Pulled that one out of my ass. But yeah, I think that it's most likely going to be Unified in the bot lane like it was for most of the season, and then you have Kawing in the support, and you have I think War Angelus beats Unified, and I think Kawing and Slow are about equal. Has shown anything is that an underperforming jungler can show up, and a good jungler can get shut down. Case in point, Clutch versus Royal, absolutely. Until Lyra missed them. Got the Baron stolen away in game 3. I was like, oh my god, this is not happening. Oh my god, I'm so upset. Lyra and his smite issues are back, and it's been 4 times in play-ins, and it's starting to worry me. It hasn't cost them yet, per se, but you can't be giving those away, especially when you're going into a group. Most likely, you're going into a group of Fnatic, RNG, and SKT. If you're in any position to get a Baron, you're probably not about 10k ahead like they were in some of these playing games. You probably won't be 10k ahead in any game in that group. But yeah, at the end of the day, I really think that this game is very close. Like I said, Isurus got lucky that they got HKA instead of Damwon Clutch in place. HKA is lucky they got Isurus instead of Royal Youth, Unicorns of Love, and Low-Key. He didn't lose his smite in knockouts. Didn't he? He lost it right at the very end there. And he lost one to Mammoth as well. They beat Mammoth, stole one from him, and then someone else, and then Royal Youth stole one in game 3, and I believe someone else stole one in the knockouts as well. None of them resulted in a loss, but they lost a lot of Barons getting stolen to them. The Kaiser Auto Steel was in groups, yes. I'm talking about but yeah, in the knockouts, yeah, Royal Youth in game 3 stole Baron at about shoot, I don't know. Let me let me pull up the match history. I can show you. That would be a good thing to do. Playing. Yeah, they did. They did. I will prove because I want to. You beat me. You had the perfect show. Maybe I'm blinded by America. Yeah. What? Oh. Could have swore they stole this parent. Maybe I'm blinded by stupidity. I could have swore this Baron was stolen. Oh, I guess not. I just watched that like 2 hours ago. Oh, never mind. Ignore me. I'm dumb. So Clutch is definitely going into Group C. Not necessarily Idol. If Splice wins, Clutch has a 100% chance to go into Group C. If Splice loses, they have a 50% chance because they can still go into Group B as well, and Unicorns Love does not have to go into Group B. Unicorns Love can go into all 4 of the groups. So, no, not Group B. They have to go to, they can go to Group B. Yeah. So, yeah, that's actually, oh man, that still puts, so no matter what happens tomorrow, it is still a 50% chance that Liquid gets Damwon. Shit. It's not what I want to hear. Oh, I don't want Damwon at all. But, yeah, so honestly, like, going back and forth between HKA and Isurus, in other words, Splice loses to Unicorns, but Clutch go to Group C anyway. Yeah. I'm okay with that. For NA's hopes, that Clutch needs to make the sacrifice. Sorry. I'm trusting Team Liquid over Clutch for NA's world hopes. And Cloud9. But, definitely, I don't trust Clutch. Clutch looked good against Royal Youth for sure, but, man, it came to, like, high top tier teams a lot more so. I don't think I could trust them nearly as much. Oh, I'm in play-ins. No wonder why. I'm like, why do I not have anything anymore? Here we go. Okay, so I think the bot lanes are slight advantage for Isurus. I think the top lane's even. I think the mid and jungle is an advantage to HKA. The Huni Revenge Tour won't be denied, and Unicorns join the furries. And the funsies. I thought you said the furries. Like, okay, the funsies in Group B. Could you imagine? Group B. Look at my power rankings. Group B would be Fun Plus Phoenix, and then J Team Gam and Unicorns of Love, which are kind of. These teams are all kind of equal to me. They're all like very, very, very close. So like, damn, that would be a bloodbath between J Team Gam and Royal Youth or Unicorns of Love. I think that'd be fun to watch. That'd be very fun to watch. Yeah, Huni did say he wanted to play SKT and Fnatic, and he will probably get his wish. But if I had to make a prediction between HK and Isurus, as looking at it from a non-biased perspective and from looking at it from a directly analytical aspect, I think Crash will be too much for Adi to handle, and I think that Seiya, if he does not step up his game, is, from what he has played so far at Worlds, he has not shown that he's playing very scared and very nervous and not doing anything. So unfortunately, I'm gonna pick HKA. As much as it hates me, it pains me. 3-1. I think they get one game where Crash isn't hard enough to carry, or he plays something that just gets shut down early, like possibly like Lee Sin if he like a gank or two fails. But I think Crash is gonna be too much for Isurus. In my heart, and what's gonna happen tomorrow is I'm gonna be rooting for Isurus, of course. I'm not a big fan of HKA, and I'm not necessarily like I hate them or anything. It's just that I don't think they're very good, and I think that it's a better opportunity for an LOA team to make it to groups compared to a third seed LMS team from a league that's going to dissolve. And yeah. So yeah, Fun Plus Phoenix. Fun Plus Phoenix, I think. Is this too bold to say? I think Fun Plus Phoenix has a chance to go have a perfect Worlds. Like, that's the bold. That's where I am at with Fun Plus Phoenix. I think Fun Plus Phoenix can 3-0 every other team at Worlds, including G2 and SKT. I think they are the perfect fighting team. And like, I think they fight better in G2, and they're better players than G2. I think they fight better in SKT, and they're somewhat better players than SKT as well. I think that I think Fun Plus Phoenix is super slept on right now. like even with their easy group, I think if they were in the group if their group was G2, Cloud9, and Griffin, and like Fun Plus Phoenix was in there as well, I think they would 6-0 that group as well. Like, if they were in the group with Fnatic, SKT, and then instead of RNG it was Fun Plus Phoenix, I think they 6-0 that group as well. I am just, unless they completely choke, I am way high up on Fun Plus Phoenix. I think that because they're in the LPL, and the LPL does not get a lot of English coverage, they do not get broadcasted enough as they should. I wanted to show, let's go to spring season. Fun Plus Phoenix finished 28-10. Summer season, they finished 29-4. If you had any team in Korea that went 57-14 on the year at an 80% win rate, that in my opinion, the best. VG Gaming, what a nice logo change. I like that. Sorry, I got distracted. But in the best region, I think Bilibili, EDG, Invictus Gaming, like top, LNG, Sonic, these teams are all high tier compared to some other regions, like EU, for example, and NA, where there are about two teams that are good, 2 teams that are okay, and the rest is trash. They have a crazy aggressive playstyle, but I'm far less inclined to see them flaming out. No pun intended. Like, yeah, I don't think it will be a Longzhu Kingzone style. The only thing is Doinb chokes big time. That is weakness. Yes, I'm really hoping that Doinb, by winning the LPL in summer, is done with choking. Hopefully, because Doinb is a treat to watch. You cannot ban him out. There is not a single possibility of being able to ban out Doinb, and this team has an 80% win rate on the year in the best region. Like, how are people? I know, like, the betting, like, Fun Plus Phoenix is the favorite in the gambling wise, which is always where like the real smarts are. But like, how are none of the analysts just like widely talking about Fun Plus Phoenix is like, oh, they're really, really good. You got to watch out for this team. But they always trend back to SKT and G2. Always. Because the narratives on SKT and G2 are so much higher. But I really think that... Oh, yeah. The LPL, unless G2 wins Worlds, because I think if G2 wins Worlds, with Fnatic going to the finals last year, and G2 going to semis last year, and then G2 winning MSI, and if G2 wins Worlds, or Fnatic wins Worlds, then I think actually Europe will get 4, which is a shame, because Europe is really, really top-heavy 2 teams. Like, even more so than NA, I think. But, I think NA is very top-heavy 2 teams as well. But, I think, LPL, absolutely. I think LPL gets 4 teams. I think the winner... Well, now that Royal Youth is out, I think that if Unicorns of Love make it to group stage, Russia will get 2 seeds as well, like Vietnam. And C9 won't make it out. They won't make it out of groups. They broke the trend of not being the 3rd seed. Yeah. Broken trends. Okay, yeah. I'm super looking forward to Fun Plus Phoenix, especially in they got the gifted group, so I think it's even better for them because they can hide strats, and they have so many strats with Doinb in the mid lane. Like, he's the reason why people build Rylai's and Archscholar on Ryze. That was him. He plays Rumble mid. He plays Renekton mid. Like, he play like casually before these were meta. Rumble mid is not meta anyway, but like before Renekton mid even was showing up meta, he was playing that mid. Like just It's so much fun to watch because he plays. He's not a mid laner that goes for the farm necessarily and all the like glory. So he's not as famous, I guess. He's pretty famous, but he's not like. He's really good, but he also is good at just helping his team around him. By the way, Clutch undefeated in week 2 of Worlds. That is absolutely 100% true. But yeah, I'm super looking forward to Fun Plus Phoenix. And anything outside of the championships is probably going to be a fail to me unless they pull a phenomenal series like the KT IG one from last year. Then you can't really fail either team in a high tense situation like that. We'll be playing at 30% in the group stage. Absolutely, I don't. I think they don't show anything. I think that we're going to get in the quarters and everyone's going to be like, I don't know what Fun Plus Phoenix is going to do. Where you're going to have teams like, especially just assuming Damwon goes to the Team Liquid because I know my luck. If Team Liquid scraps by, they're going to have to show all their fancy strats. If IG or Damwon, they're going to have to show all their fancy strats. Fnatic, SKT, and RNG are not going to save a single thing because one of them are going to be out. They're going to be gone. G2, Griffin, C9 probably also not going to save anything because that's a damn hard group as well. Yeah, Phoenix is so good. When you can say a team won 80% of their games this year and in this split they went, what was it, 29-3? I'm just going to use that for simple math here. And they had a 90% win rate in games this year and didn't take a single Elder Drake. They win very fast. They're a treat to watch. I love watching Fun Plus Phoenix games. Anyway, that was a long tangent. Let's get back to play-ins, where we have the final game we're going to talk about is Splyce versus Unicorns of Love. And I was going to pick Unicorns of Love. I really felt it. I really felt that we were going to have a possible 3-team upset here with, I thought Royal Youth was going to win. I think Isurus was going to win. I thought Unicorns of Love was going to win over Splyce. All the games outside of Damwon I pretty much had as like upset alerts. But Ryan, sorry, I'm sidetracked again because I saw that the only reason you said you gotta watch Group B for Levi and Gam as well. It's so exciting to watch. Okay, yeah, there you go. Literally as you typed it, I said that you typed 85% to watch Phoenix, 10% to see Gam be crazy, 5% to see if J Team is actually good. Yeah, I really hope J Team's good. I do like them, but I think they're the only LMS team that's gonna be any good. We got Vizicsacsi in top lane. You got Boss, who is... I give that advantage to Boss right now. He has been insane right now in the top lane. You got Vananasik versus Xerxes. That's a tough match. That's about equal. That's about... Nomans, who's been popping off versus Humanoid. I think that I would give that slightly advantage to Nomans. And then Inax and Edward versus Kabe and North Garen. I give that a heavy advantage to Splyce. So I think Unicorns of Love wins the solo lanes against Splyce, but there's a heavy advantage with Inax versus Kabe, and I think is going to be an issue. And what Ryan's brought up before is that Unicorns of Love plays kind of slow. They are better at scaling up. Yeah, Ryan, bot difference too strong. It's a big difference. It's a very that's going to be very tough on Unicorns of Love to overcome. I really like Unicorns of Love. I like Boss. I think I like Nomaz and Anonasik. I think those three are originally from Vegas Squadron from MSI last year. All three are so good. Edward, the challenge tolerant for the worst performance of World Awards. Absolutely. I know Tolerant had a very bad day as well. I give Edward as the worst. I give him the worst performing support at Worlds. He has been god awful this entire Worlds. Unless I guess I can't give it to him yet because he has to face his best of 5 here, but unless he pulls a miracle and just turns everything around, the man face checks like it's season 2. Like he just is non-stop face checking all the time, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing how bad he is. Yeah, no way Unicorns of Love win at all. Yeah, I'm gonna give this one. I'll come out. This will be a quicker one than my HK versus Isurus. I'm going to give this one 3-1 to Splyce. I think they lose one game. I think Boss pops up on the Renekton. I think that you could take the advantage of Renekton at least. I think that would be a very strong bot and top duo. or top jungle duo. I think that you could possibly get the Sejuani with the Renekton as well, and an Aurelia mid lane possibly. I mean, no one plays tank, so you don't have to worry about AD damage anymore. Weakening the Wind is not going to happen. Yeah, it is spliced though. Yep. But hey, we're at least got wins on clutch tolerant. Can't say that. Oh man, I think that. Yeah, I got Splice winning in a 3-1 in this one, unfortunately, and I think because I think HKA is winning again after all the spiciness of play-ins this year. Every team looks pretty much dead even outside of Damwon. Like you remove Damwon and pretty much the last 11 teams pretty much all very close to equal. And after all of that, we go 1-2, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, and then we have 1-1-1-1 winning. Oh, that would leave a sour taste in my mouth. But I'm gonna predict it. I got burned on Royal Youth, and I'm gonna pick Splice with the 3-1. You think Splice 3-0? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Honestly, unless bot holds for Unicorns of Love. Yeah, I think it's the topside carry. The way I want to see it is some type of Renekton, some type of bruiser top that is going to completely smash Vizicsacsi and top lane with the jungle. I basically need a Nanosik to be in between top and mid the entire game and just constantly ganking for both of them. I can see them winning a game. I don't want to see that any team gets swept when they've come so far, Royal Youth. But yeah, I think that's Royal Youth went 1-6, 2-6. But damn, that's frustrating. They should have been so much better. I think maybe like you said, they got cocky and they knew they were probably one of the best playing teams to ever play, and then they just didn't feel like, their coaches especially, didn't feel like doing research on Rumble picks or Draven picks or weird stuff like that. Still a hard ask. Don't chase someone to get completely demolished. Yeah, I think it might be easier to even exploit Humanoid with Nomads, because I think Humanoid's kind of easier to exploit than Chachi. Yeah, it's not that Humanoid and Xerxes are bad either. I think it's going to be a tough matchup. I think that Unicorns of Love just they don't match up well against Splice. It's not the best matchup for them. I will be rooting for them as always. I always root for upsets, but two, I really want to see one of my wildcard teams make it. So hopefully Unicorns of Love or Isurus both make it, even though I both picked against them. But we will see, I guess. I'll actually be able to watch these games live today. I couldn't read any of your messages today, Ryan, because I'm like, shit, I woke up at like 12. The Smash tournament went till 2 a.m. last night. And Zachary did win, if you follow Smash. Zachary won, so that was very impressive. He beat Team Liquid's The Buzz, but that was okay with that. I do like Zachary a lot. But, like 16-year-old kid who won the doubles tournament and there. But yeah, it went to 2 a.m. so we didn't get home until like 2:45, and I'm like, not doing the podcast. We can't do that. And then I'm like, oh, I gotta get up in 4 hours because I get up about 15 minutes before the game start. Not gonna happen. Yep, Mango won last night too. I was there. Yeah, the crowd was crazy. The crowd for that, the crowd would have been a lot more crazy, I think, for. Maybe not as crazy as that, but they would have been a lot louder for Ultimate if not everyone went home because it was 2 a.m. I hate Mango. Gonna come out and say that. Nothing personal. But he went 5 games, like 6 matches in a row, and then all of Ultimate. I think me and my brother there's like 23 of the last 28 best of 5s went to game 5, and that's why it went to 2 a.m. instead of like 11:30. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry to hear Dream not coming. Oh, I know it's been crazy. I got some text messages from coworkers and stuff like they're down to 24-hour weeks now. Like the people that are actually, since I'm a contract worker, but like I'm fine. I got my I get my paycheck from my from unemployment, but it's a waiver, so I don't even have to apply. So it's like my company's still covering that. So it kind of covers the bills. It's close enough to covering the bills, I should say. I'm not leaking cash left and right. So I'm good, and I get to watch Worlds, so I'm okay with that. But I do after Worlds is done. Like once it gets to quarters, when only the games are on weekends. Like I kind of want to go back to work at that point. like that's where I'm like, okay, it's time to go back. Like that, I believe that's 2 more weeks or 3 more weeks. Like by the 28th, 25th, I think is the last group stage playing game, or not playing, but group stage like games during the weekdays. So hopefully the 28th I'll be back at work because I don't have League to watch anymore. But until then, I'm okay. I'm okay. But yeah, that will be the podcast. We got a nice 45-minute one in there for. Hopefully, I picked HKA and Splice. I'm gonna tell you from a personal, trying not to be biased. I tried not to be biased to my picks for the most part. Everyone's got a little bias at least, but like I'm gonna be rooting hardcore to go 0-2 tomorrow. I look like November for you. It looks like November for you, I'm assuming. But yeah, that's as long as it's like early-ish November, I'm okay with that. Like if it gets to like here in November, then I might have to start working, looking for another job, which sucks because I actually really, for as much as I get stressed about my job a bit, it's like it's so much nicer than any other job I had. Anywho, enough with the negativity. We'll go positive. Hopefully they get resolved soon, and I'll be back to work right after Worlds ends. I'll be like, it's basically like I took the Worlds vacation. I would kill for this to happen in 2021 when when I'm going to Worlds, hopefully get a medium pass. But yeah, anyway, see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully I'm 0-2 because then I'll be coming up with a bunch of energy. I'll be super pumped. We got Isurus and Royal Youth in group stage, but not. And then they'll do the drawing, and then Damwon will go to Team Liquid. So I'm just gonna be depressed tomorrow. That's all that's gonna happen. Good night, guys.